Okay, y'all. I usually do not do videos about mass shooting, my reactions to mass shootings or the violence. I'm probably going to go into others at the end because that's in my mind about the mass shootings. But anyway, for instance, like the New Zealand one, I saw this coming because people associate Muslims and Islamics to be all bad. Like this guy came out and said in his manifesto. I didn't read it. I don't read evil. I don't read hate. But anyway, I really don't think this guy was guilt free of shooting Muslims. And people who are feeling Muslims are all bad, they're wrong. I have few friends and neighbors who are Muslim, and soccer players, friends of mine who are Muslim, and they're not bad at all. All you have to do after meeting them, and hopefully they were vetted and they came into this country, to find out they're not that bad. Really not. Um, the extremists, terrorists, people who bomb and attack people, they are bad. They really are bad. And you cannot take word of them back, or a few people who are stream and media outright who believe that Muslims are horrible and all should die and all are evil, but they're not. Like I said, I have friends and neighbors who are Muslim, and soccer friends of mine who are Muslim, and some of them are really good friends of mine, mostly the soccer players. But when I talk to these guys who are Muslim, I find them being humble, shy, not sure what to think about people who are actually talking to them, and appreciate how respectful they are. But the other hand, if you, like they said, if you see something, do something, but wait until they go back, do something before you kill them or hurt them. Because, like I said, not all Muslims are bad. And like Glenn Beck, his fear mongering and his antics about his alt right beliefs and mental games playing, and the reason why I don't watch the Blaze anymore and I don't watch CRTV because of Glenn Beck and Blaze. I just don't think he's helping the cause, especially when a woman down in Louisiana that 6.25 years ago, our Rochester, West Webster firefighters incident and set up and killing these firefighters. The guy was Muslim. That woman was far from the truth. He was so opposite of being a Muslim. He was Christian, born Christian. He was born and raised at the house where he set up and put fire to him. Also, he killed his sister, killed his grandmother, which she should not have been out of jail. And he killed the firefighters because he killed his grandmother. Set the house on fire and just set up the whole thing. But he was Christian, not Muslim. Anyway, and other, like the school shootings, even though they were Muslims. But the thing is, if you bring these kids up to hate or to not home, this is also part of not being home when your kids need you or talk to you if they are being bullied and being harassed at school. This is where bullies and these mass shootings and um, kids turning in bad ways. I'm from Hilton, and a lot of these kids had like came from poor houses and lower caste families. And one of them, Mark Christie, turned into a really bad bully who terrorized a lot of people, mostly blind girls. If you know his background story that he killed Kelly Fulton. But the thing is, this has been going on all his life. His mother walked out on him when he was a kid. He was a loner. He got violent and angry, and he pretty much influenced a lot of my classmates to tease people, including me. But just saying, if you grow up in bad, poor situations, sheltered life, you don't know backgrounds of these people. You need to, your parents should not shelter you, the community should not shelter you, because you grow up not knowing people. So it's like both of them situations I said can't go hand to hand because a lot of people are sheltered in life. They grew up in rural or abusive families who sheltered them about not showing how life can be and how you can be liked, how to talk to different people, how to talk to different cultures. This is why a lot of people are bigoted against gays, Muslims, LGBT community, racist, about blacks. Because people just never grew up knowing these different frictions and cultures. That's probably why we have PC Place and Atifa, because they grew up in the inner city. They never grew up with the old ways of life where it's okay to say some of the things we said. It might not be right to them and it might be racist to them, but to us, we don't know better. So it's like, it's really hard to differentiate evil, good and evil, because we didn't grow up knowing that stuff. It's like Dylan, I forgot his last name, but Eric Harris from like Columbine, they grew up sheltered. They were bullied, and they shot their school. It's like I forgot his last name, and Sandy Hook. He was sheltered, but his mom taught him to use guns. This is why I don't like anime and gun owners where they teach the kids how to use guns and like the guns and the things. I think you should start at appropriate age, maybe 13, 14, but not under 10 years old, because you're just teaching your kids how to fire guns and how to be violent. And these video games and music videos and movies and TV shows, which has violence and teaching people how to be violent and hate too. So it's like all the way around, it's like this culture is teaching our people hate. It's not Trump's fault, not conservatives' fault, not the Blaze fault. Some of it is Fox News, CNN, commentators, opinionators, and a Muslim be seen, it's not their fault. It's just people are not being taught right from wrong and how to handle the news. They grow up learning to hate instead of love, which is sad. No wonder why there's many people who are viciously attacking the church after the sex scandal and a lot of things, and blaming the church, all the churches. When I posted something about John Church on TV show, somebody texted me by saying, why do you defend this church? And why do you have to support a church that pedophiles people? Not all churches are the Catholic Church, and not all Catholic churches are like that. Like 2 months ago, McQuaid, our private Catholic school, betrayed the church by giving 7 names of the teachers who taught in the past 60s and 70s to the authorities and the FBI. 2 of them are dead, but still, it was shocking because McQuaid is one of the best known Catholic churches who I would never thought would betray the church. But anyway, it's like, is there any forgiveness and any way forgive and always remember forgive and forget anymore? I don't think so, because not many people practice that anymore. Like 9/11, pretty much. But anyway, it's like people are blaming wrong people when they should blame the person and the reasons why he became a hateful, angry person. We should look at all the aspects of who this guy was. And yes, he did say he hated the Muslims, he hated immigrants. But the thing is, where did he get that hate from? It just proves people are actually believing what people are saying instead of getting to know these people. It's like 3 months ago, we had a terrorist attack in northern New York, north of Albany, where 3 teenagers wanted to shoot up and bomb the town, not knowing who these people were. They were Muslims, and but the thing is, they didn't really go to this town, got to know these people, then and just want to know these people. They didn't want to know the culture. I'm not sure if these people in Islamic book are good people, but we never know until we talk, right? We have to talk to these people to find out if they're good or bad. Simple as that. Stop the hate. Talk to the people. Understand the backgrounds. We may not be able to trust them, but we can't hate them. We can not trust, but we have to love thy neighbor, like the commandment said.